That gives us a lot to debate from now well into the new year, and we have a panel ready for you and your politics over the holidays. Capitol Hill veterans Angela Rye and Jimmy Williams, and Margie Omero, a Democratic pollster. Welcome to you all. Jimmy, I want to start with you. Your lay of the land right now, heading into what everyone acknowledges policy-wise is an important deadline.
Well, I mean, listen, the bottom line is they've extended it once again, which is good. I think that's important, especially this time of year. I mean, this is a busy time of year. I think that the numbers will come out and they will be huge. I just signed up. Now, I did not sign up today through the healthcare.gov. I went to ehealthinsurance.com and signed up for the exact same plan. In fact, I was looking at the plan on the Obamacare website or healthcare.gov website. It was the exact same plan I was signing up for on the health insurance. So, bottom line is, I signed up by the deadline. I put in my credit card information, and they're doing my application. So I'm one of the millions of people that will be doing this. I think the numbers will be very high, frankly. I think people want this. I think the fact that I can now actually go and buy insurance, whereas 4 months ago I was denied by 3 different insurers in the Commonwealth of Virginia and had no insurance after my COBRA ran out. So that's a positive sign. The question becomes is what are the political ramifications for 2014, and if they can just get this website thing fixed and out of the way and have the numbers come in higher than everyone thinks, I think that will go a hell of a long way in getting this done.
I think that sounds right, because there's only a certain portion of this that is sort of website hangover, and then there are the trend lines. And Margie, I'm on record on this. I think this law is working because it is expanding coverage to people who were previously uninsured through Medicare as door number 1 and through these exchanges on private and state and federal. Doors number 2, 3, however much you want to count it. That's what I think. Now look, I want to be fair about the facts out there, which is not everyone agrees with that, and look at the numbers in this new CNN poll where you see Democrats, some Democrats turning on the law. You have about half of Republicans saying the ACA is the president's biggest failure, no surprise. But a quarter of Democrats are saying the same thing. How big a problem is it that you have so many Democrats who are now skeptical?
I think this will be a temporary glitch, a temporary blip in the numbers. Ultimately, you have a lot of people who are evaluating Obamacare based on what they think of the president, and that's rooted in party identification because they didn't have Obamacare. We're not at that stage yet. So, and healthcare is complicated, and the ACA by necessity is also complicated. So people are looking at it through the lens of, well, who do I agree with more generally, and what am I nervous about? Am I nervous about government takeover? Am I nervous about not getting health care that's not going to be good enough for me? Well, what's the lens that people are using? And that's why you see Obamacare generally never really having strong support, yet all the components of Obamacare being very popular, and that's going to continue to be true. Now that we're entering a period where people are actually going to have the coverage, they're going to be evaluating it based on what the coverage is like for them, their own personal experience. And then we're going to have a completely different situation. And the website rollout obviously should have gone better. That will be a distant memory down the road. And polls, very recent polls, show that people think down the road that people are going to be better off, the country's going to be better off as a result of Obamacare.
Angela, what do you make of that point, that the branding eventually will give way to the results on the ground?
Well, you know what's funny about that, Ari, is we've heard the president joke about this, right? He said that it's Obamacare right now because it's had a bumpy rollout, and up until now we haven't really seen the accomplishments associated with the plan because it's so early. So as soon as it becomes the successful thing that we are hoping that it will be, it's going to become the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare no more. They will definitely try to strip that legacy from him. Again, you cited the polling data and the fact that people have heard negative things about this. They think that Obamacare is going to be the worst thing since they've heard about Armageddon, right? Well, I'm like Jimmy. I signed up, but I'm not a procrastinator like him. And I signed up a couple of weeks ago. And my plan is the Bentley version of plans. It is the platinum plan, not the plan that our president signed up for, bronze
now, Angela,
level.
on that point,
it's $100 more, but I think it's going to cover more.
Angela, does it have rims?
It definitely has some D's on it, Ari.
Jimmy, weigh in on that idea for us, that people are getting on the plans, that the president, people say, oh, this is symbolic today, sure, but he's also saying, look, you can be a presidential level procrastinator. The fact is, we know from Massachusetts, we know from state level reforms, and we know from common sense when you talk about deadlines in the media, every reporter knows you turn things in on deadline, not usually days out from the deadline.
Well, first and foremost, and every one of my college English professors will tell you, I never turned a single paper in before I was supposed to. I'm not stupid, by the way. Secondly, and most importantly, and even more importantly, is, listen, people want health care. I mean, this theory of Obamacare did not just come up all of a sudden because people are like, oh, we have uninsured people. When I worked in that building back beginning in 1997, you know, we used to have something called the Patient's Bill of Rights. Why did we have the Patient's Bill of Rights? Oh, because people were being declined and being denied coverage. That's not some new story. So finally, the Congress did something about it. Now, whether one likes that or not is irrelevant because it's now the law of the land. Since it's the law of the land, let's see how it works. I'm going to pay more than $400 less monthly premium than I was paying under COBRA. Angela's going to pay more, $100 more, but she's going to get better coverage. Is this going to affect everyone equally? No, it's not. It's not supposed to because not everyone has equal health care or equal health care needs. But the bottom line is, for the first time in the history of this country, everybody can sign up and get health care, whereas before they could not. From 1789 to now, you could not, you could be declined health care. That's going to change as of January 1st. That is a major milestone. It's a major marker. It's progress, and that's something that we should look forward to. Now, implementation is a separate issue. I hope they can get it right. But the bottom line is this is a big step forward, and I think a bigger thing would be on this Medicaid expansion. That is not a bad thing. It's a 3-to-1 match the first 3 years, and then after that, the feds pay 100%. Why in God's name these states that are not taking this on is beyond me. That is a win-win. They can hate Obama all day long, but if the federal government's going to pay 100% of all your Medicaid recipients, that to me sounds like a boon, I mean a huge, massive boon for the states. If I were a state governor right now, I would absolutely take that because that's a win.
Well, you're making sense to me, Jimmy. I know you worked in that building back there, but you sound more cogent than some of the folks we hear from there. Jimmy Williams, Margie Omero, and Angela Rye. Thank you, and happy holidays to all of you. Now, coming up...
Thank you. You too.
You bet. Coming up from Wendy...